Ciao, arigato, arrivederci, Michael from Crusader Caravans in Campbellfield, Victoria. Now, we have a brand new Excalibur van that's additional to the Crusader Caravans range that has just landed here at the Crusader Melbourne dealership. I think it's the only one in the country. We had it on display at the latest Sandown Caravan show and Traralgon Caravan show. Behind me is, you guessed it, the Excalibur Orion. The Excalibur Orion is a beautiful van, uncompromised in its van structure, built exactly the same as all the other Excaliburs, but a few minor tweaks, tidy ups. We want to make sure that people who don't want to creep above that 2,800 kilo mark have the option to go for things that people want in Excalibur vans, such as the Excalibur Standard Ensuite, all of the electrical upgrade systems that come standard within the Excalibur range, but they don't want to go to a other model. They want to stick within the Excalibur range. They know the Excalibur is that flagship model and they want that flagship style. So meet the Excalibur Orion. This guy behind me tears at 26.99. Perfect, right on the cusp of that 2,700 kilo mark. Things that it's missing to that of a standard Excalibur range, minuscule, minor, slide out drawer from the tunnel boot. If you still want it, you can put it back in. If you want one of the other roof hatches that's been popped off the top to fit the 3 whoppingly large solar panels on the roof, I'm sure we can figure out a way to put in a small little hatch, but honestly, the van's so light and bright, it's not even missed. And the A-frame and chassis componentry, you're not going to that 4-ton mark, so you don't need a 4-ton ready chassis. We're running with a 450 MPa 3mm grade of steel. Heaps to get you around anywhere in the country. Still with the awesome 3.5 kilo suspension, with the front load washing machine and a heap to love. Check this weapon of a van out and your car will forgive you because it ain't that heavy. Have a look. So how stunning is the Excalibur Orion? You've gone right through, you've had a glimpse of the inside and outside, but I'm gonna run you through it like the conventional videos we do, like you love and love telling you how it all works. So, on a beautiful sunny day, we have upgraded this awning on our Excalibur Orion on our stock Caravan to a fully electric automated awning. It has strip lighting underneath it. With a press of a button, a flick of a switch, this Caravan transforms the whole outdoor living to a massive undercover area. I believe it projects about 2 meters from the sidewall of the van. But these are coming for us really quite a standard on the Excalibur range of vans. Anything over that 100K mark for us at the Melbourne dealership, on our stock specifically, of course, if you're ordering something, you get a choice, but on our stock vans, I get the choice. So I'm going ahead and I put a few little whiz-bang features on there. And for me, in 2025, we need a 2025 awning. These things are robust, strong, compatible, they're wicked. They've got a full strip light all the way across, so it illuminates the whole area, not bright and light, it just sets the scene. Who doesn't love a bit of mood? So, the Caravan, of course, as standard, starting at the front, has a full through tunnel boot all the way with a touch light, in so, like so. All your tools are mounted to the right. We've got a little ripper jack. We have a tear of 26.99, a ball weight of 120 kilos, a GTM of 3380, an ATM of 3,500 kilos. Now, of course, if you're ordering Caravan, you like the layout, you like the size, you can go ahead and option it up to a slightly heavier van, but honestly, it has a whopping payload, and I really think the compact size of this has been an absolute winner. At the latest show, it was one of the fan favorites. Quite a number of people put their name in line to be able to receive and order one of these awesome little vans. And I think that it's really going to make a massive impact to that of the Excalibur Duke, the Nobleman, all those other loved vans in that range. On the front of the van, we still have a heap of storage. We have a toolbox on the front of the A-frame. We have a flat slide with our ratchet strap. That is for a barbecue normally. And then on the other side, we've got another flat slide, typically for a generator or a little fridge or whatever it may be. We've got the beautiful front wrap decal on the Excalibur Crusader Caravans. We have a flat top toolbox ready for a toolbox mount, such as a wild boar, a Fiamma, a Thule, whatever you're after. 2 9 kilo gas bottles in there with regulated with switchovers like so. And all these bash plates at the front, so as you go to clean, tune up, spray, make it yours, make them red, make them blue, it gives you heaps of different options. From winding jockey wheel to avoid the spin at the top, we're running a 12-pin plug, Anderson plug, 2 Matador chain hooks like so, rated at 3,500 kilos. We have a Cruise Master hand brake, ratchet handbrake, the DO35 coupling, rotative of course, and we have our trail safe. So this is powered off the house batteries. If the Caravan and the car disconnect in the case of an emergency, it'll activate and it won't, it's just a compliance measure, but you don't have to change battery, you don't have to manage anything there. We've got this awesome Excalibur shroud, gives a little bit of flair, a little bit of glitz, a little bit of glam, not the obnoxious sort of fabrication you see on some of these other vans, but we keep the class and the elegance to it, which is just fantastic. Tap guard here on the front, and of course we have our water tap here on the front of the A-frame for quick and easy wash-up access. If we come around this way, we've got our Vivid Indestructible wrap there. These guy is awesome, nice and strong. Cob's an absolute beating, hence why it's on the front here, but for the look and the color and the flair of the van, it adds an absolute weaponized look. So we have outside picnic tables, no keys on the Excalibur range. It's just a push. Love it. We've got dual windows, top and bottom. So they are a double glazed Dometic European window. With the double windows, very Queenslander-esque, you can block and lock this one, and we can keep fly mesh and a little bit of airflow at the top there as well. So very, very cool option, standard on the Excalibur range. We have our outside bar. I'm more of a Coke drinker myself, so it won't do much for me, but it looks cool, fancy, and I've got to be honest, people love these bar setups. So your glass on the outside, whether it even be just like cooking appliances or whatever you want to be able to keep out here, whether all of your spatulas and tongs or whatever, you can keep everything out there. You can pop your TV in here. You got 12-volt socket aerial and 2 double power points, multiple supplies. So that means you can use your inverter even when you're outside as well. So one of my favorite little setups just there. Some people make these into like a little table, so you've got 1 table, 2 table. Really cool setups. So one thing to note about Crusader Caravans is we're a fully composite manufacturer, so full XPS construction, fiberglass outer, fiberglass inner, XPS foam center, and it's really important to note as well that we manufacture all of our large-scale components here in Melbourne, Victoria. So our roof, walls, and our floor, manufactured by our sister company, Creative Composites. We're affiliate, it works, they are fantastic, and they do all the self-lamination here in Victoria. Down below, we have our chassis. Now the chassis is made right next door at Intelligent Engineering, again affiliated with Crusader. We pump out these chassis to all the Crusaders, and they maintain the same quality construction methods and consistency that we want and get. So it's a 3mm 450 MPa Australian rated and manufactured steel, made here with our team, our workforce. And for all the components that you see, like the Matador chain hooks and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff is welded in-house with our robotics team. So the robots go, don't complain, or we don't let them, we haven't put mouths on them yet, but we go ahead and they go, zzz, zzz, zzz. It's just outstanding. So we have that managed and consistent quality that we know that every single time we take an order or a delivery of steel, we know it's Australian made, we know it's 3mm, we know it's 450 MPa. A lot of these other guys hope it is, or the guy they're getting it off said it was, and it's just not good enough. We're a massive organisation manufacturing Australia's best caravans. We want to make sure you get the best product and the best quality of product we're putting in there. Have a look under it. We're running a 3.5 tonne Australian-made Tico Tough Ride independent suspension, twin shock, coil spring, 16-inch wheels and tyres. This thing is an absolute beast of a suspension, and it's going to get you to most places you want to go in Australia. So absolutely phenomenal, and best thing about it, built here in Victoria. Come on this way. We are running a Bargman handle on the outside, which has got a trigger switch on the inside with a blue step light. So after a few too many fizzy drinks, we can step inside and we're actually going to know where we plant our foot rather than doing the wobble wobble. For luxury, we have a super convenient electric step, because who's got time to bend nowadays? You know what I'm saying? You get it, Robert. Now, glass Camec door. So this is the Invictus door from Camec. Something new that's come through. So it's a pull down latch handle. It's got a slightly different locking system, and it's got a 3-point of contact as well with a glass door exterior. Still got your fly mesh, and of course it's got our tracked roller blind to keep our light out of the van, and you're not going to get that little wibble wobble that people often see in the older Kamek or other brand doors. Full awning all the way across with 3 annex lights to illuminate that whole area, but again, we have that full strip light. So we just hit a switch inside, that's a retract button, and it retracts the awning. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. No setup required. 4 drop-down legs across all corners. We have a 4-arm bumper bar across the back of the van and Nava light, so this can, ready for be able to have bits and pieces mounted to it if you need. It's got 4-arm structural support, and we've got an incredibly over-engineered wheel holder. But if they're paying attention to those little things down at the team at Intelligent Engineering, chances are you're pretty sweet with your Caravan construction. We've got a wireless reversing camera up here at the top. It is a rear view camera. It will stay on whilst you're driving, which means you can see down the neck of the road whilst you're heading off down your journey, which means that the side mirrors and stuff are just so much easier to be able to use, because if you can see it behind you, you can merge into that lane. It's super easy. We have an instantaneous reflex hot water service. This is an instantaneous gas unit. So that means that providing you've got gas, providing you've got the water, you've got endless water, or endless hot water, I should say. So they're an awesome unit. Touch wood. Can't touch the van because that thing's completely fiberglass. Touch wood. The reflex units have not given me an ounce of headache. They're a fantastic unit. No serviceability, super easy. Awesome units. We have our grey water tank. It's a 110 litre grey tank with bypass valve, so you don't have to use it if you don't want to. We've got a cleaning valve up here. We've got our water tanks, one rear, one forward of the axle. And we have our mains pressure water filler here. So you plug the hose in, so you can use town water, or you can suck water in via this blue switch valve here, and you can then just suck water straight from here into the tanks. So you're not standing there looking a bit crazy with your hose in the side of the Caravan, waiting, praying to have it fill. It'll overfill when it's full, and then it's full, you turn it off. It's really, really easy. You're paying all that money, you want to make it super easy. Electric awning, electric step, quick fill system. We have our toilet. So this is a Dometic toilet. This is a ceramic unit. It's a CTS 4110. It is a fantastic unit. It's about 19 litres, I believe. Again, reinforced reliability from the team at Dometic. We know what we're getting into. These guys pump out a fantastic product. We have an external shower that's located in here. We have a hot and cold tap in there with a flexible shower head. You go ahead, wash the feet after a day at the beach, whatever you need. We have our water tank fillers on the side, but you're not going to use them. You're going to use the quick fill system. We have our pump. You can pick and choose from what water tank you want to use at any given time. So you just turn them and then turn one off, turn one on, use the front tank, use the rear tank. Super easy. On the side of the van, massive win on the decals. She's a hot van, sexy van. We've got a full wrap side sticker. And then of course, we only have 4 sides of a Caravan in Crusader construction. So we have from here all the way over to the other corner, that's one piece. We call that a roof, which is so silly because it's a front and a back and a roof. Some manufacturers go, yeah, it's a one-piece roof, and they have a dirty big joint right on the top that you can't see because you came to a Caravan yard and they go, can I have a ladder to have a look at the roof? And they go, oh mate, you haven't got a white car, can't let you on the roof. Great sales tactic, except for the fact, they're just hiding the fact there's a dirty big slap of seal across the top that some bloke doesn't even know how to use a Sikaflex gun and how a silicon gun and how to crack. So we are one piece from that corner to that corner, a big wrap. Check out the manufacturing video of these Caravans to be able to actually get an idea of it. Slaps over and that's one piece and we lock it all in. So one side and a front wrap over the top of that. If you come up and have a look at this battery system here, we've got a 300 amp lithium battery system here on the side of the Caravan. So that's going to be running our 2000 watt auto switching Victron system inverter. And on the roof, we're running 660 solar panels. So a heap of power on that. We've got 3 of the suckers on the roof. So, and we've got our switch gate here to battery isolate the power system if you need to. Portable Anderson plug on the side here at the front to be able to plug in a portable panel, jumpstart the batteries, run a fridge, use a Caravan mover, whatever tickles your fancy. As long as you don't show me your fancy, I'm happy. Have a look in here. We have a full-through checker plate storage unit in there, so that goes to the other side of the van. And we have our switches on the outside for our inverter, like so. The inverter is going to be punching out a heap of power. It's going to allow you to run that 240 appliance like an air conditioner, a toaster, a kettle, one by one of course. And that is a flat side for our, just a generator, little fridge, straight kit you found on the road, whatever works. and we have jerry cans either side of the toolbox. So a heap of storage, a heap of space. And the construction, well, we're a fully XPS fiberglass construction manufacturer. We're probably one of the largest, if not the largest in that construction field here in Australia. And we're Manufacturer of the Year of 2025 as nominated and won by the Caravan Industry Association of Victoria. Who's the best to buy from? Well, if you ask me, it'd be the best manufacturer. Who's the best manufacturer? Us, obviously. Get inside, you're gonna love this bloody thing. It's your turn, come on. I did the R, now you do the F. Or the U. No. Let's kick on. Come on, stop mucking around. This is the Orion. Inside this van is a cafe dinette with a little flippy fold table. So I call this a sly fold table. Straight back to the wall. It locks in, which means, Margaret, are you listening? You don't have to hit your legs on the pole. How annoying is that pole? Yeah, it sucks. I know. It's absolutely terrible. But this just pulls out, goes into position. We move the Scrabble set, and we flip it, and she locks in. How cool is that? It's one of my favorite features. I honestly am not a massive fan of the trifold table or cafe seating, as this is conventionally referred to. This has changed the whole outlook of the whole cafe dinette scene. This is the only thing, or the only reason you'd get me in a cafe van. Absolutely love it. And we've gone ahead and upgraded it. So we've gone ahead and chucked footrests into the Excalibur Orion stock van. And we've got these little flip out footrests like so. And they click up into position, and then you can just lounge back. We've got a 27-inch smart TV as standard to be able to watch our Netflix, our bits and pieces on, and that just swings around there. We've cable tied it for the moment, but then you've got your 6'4" queen bed there at the front, so it's slightly extended to that of the standard beds. That's a fully out bed. No easy way to say it. It's currently in its set position. There's no bolsters, there's no bits and bobs that you have to do to make the bed work. It's just out at 6'4". So if you're a gentleman that's 6 foot, you're gonna love this thing because you've got 4 solid inches. And I can tell you, I would love 4 inches. Do you get it? You get it. Come on, you're smarter than that. We have an awesome interior in the Excaliburs. It's one of my favorite vans by far, and for the last 13 years, they've just kicked goals from the old to the mild to the new. These things are wicked. So we've got reading lights with USB-C, USB-A, and a touch button that goes blue on the gold lights. How cool is that? I believe you got to hold him down, or we give him another click and he goes white. Love that. A little bit of mood, a little bit of vibes. Love that. We've got massive windows in every single space that we can do. So you got block out, and then you got midgie screens, and you can pop it all the way out. It's got 3 different settings, and it's got an interior lock setting. So if you want to be able to have that security, but you also want to be able to have a little bit of airflow, you can go ahead and do that as well. We've got 4 massive downlights above our heads. Now, if you're not a big lover of light above your head, I fully get it. I'm a massive fan of strip lights. Don't really like overhead lights, not my thing. And we have a remote switch. So essentially you can turn these on and off with a little remote switch. There's one by the entrance door as well, but there's a little button switch that we've mounted just here. But let's assume it's, it's late. We want to watch a movie, want to have some nice vibes, popcorn, whatever it may be. We've got awesome little touch lights so that we can use them, right? So we've got these little Duvalakis here on the side where I am and we're touching. We've got awesome videos how to use these things. And you can go ahead and illuminate these strip lights there and strip lights at the top as well. If you hold down the button, it will dim those lights. So you can pick and choose what you want to turn on and off. You've got top and bottom, separately controlled, and you can dim those lights right off. It's easily the biggest feature that people tell us they love within the vans. Because most people are like, oh yeah, I don't really care about all those gizmos and gadgets there, darling, which is fine, but until you're in the van, don't you want comfort? Don't you want the, the space of going, like, no one's lighting a fire because they're cold. A lot of times it's just vibe. It's a lot of ambiance. You understand, Daryl. But it's just getting the mood right. And these just take that edge of the white LEDs off. But if you're cleaning the van or you're having people, you want it light and bright. You want it clean and vibrant. It's fantastic. So you have best of both worlds. This is a New York style apartment on wheels and under 2,700 kilos because it's a brand new Excalibur Orion built by the best manufacturer, shown to you by the not so best but good looking Caravan guy. Let's have a quick look at this. We have a 27-inch TV over in our bedroom and a massive 6'4" bed, fans either side, reading lights. We have strip lighting again, mood lighting. You know what I'm talking about, Daryl. The mood man. We have full depth overhead cupboards. We have gold push latches. Of course, if you don't like gold, that's cool. You can have brushed nickel. If you don't like brushed nickel, you can have black. whatever works. You have so many different options, so many different color variants within the Crusader Excalibur range. This really is just something for everyone, which is just fantastic. So I like the gold, but don't hold it against me. Full depth storage, little pocket here. So we've got our little recessed pockets just there. Double power point, and we have USB-C and A in there as well. And all the reading lights at the bed also have USB-C and A as well. And of course, we have a pull-out drawer underneath the robes. So they're all soft closing drawers in the Excaliburs and the Crusader range. And underneath this little sucker, we have a TV box. But more importantly, we have Victron system. So we have a 50 amp MPPT solar controller. We have a 30 amp DC to DC, a 2000 watt auto switching charging inverter, 120 amp, 80 amp charger, as well as a 2000 watt auto switching inverter. So you're gonna be able to run the air conditioners and all your microwaves and those bits and pieces, one at a time, of course. But with the battery system, you're gonna be out there for a very long time running these appliances, and really camping a little bit selfish, which is fine because you can be power hungry if you want. You're generating your own power. Like, how wicked is that? So you get full management and maintenance on that, because obviously you're seeing the whole Victron system, and you can then go right through it and see sort of how much power I'm using, how much solar is incoming, and allows for remote support as well. So we can tap into the system via the guys at Arizon who supply all the boards and the system and the support, and we can see what's going on. If something's been a bit astray, it means that we can have quick access and diagnose what's happening with the software in the system. Fantastic thing about composite construction is you're never stuck. So we have access panels everywhere. If we need to get access to the wiring, all the wiring runs internally through cupboard spaces and cavities, and it means we can jump in, grab what we need to, install an extra this or an extra that, or brand new text come out, I want to see this installed into my van. It's great, awesome. We don't have to rip ply off, we don't have to rip nonsense like that off. It's all fiberglass interior. We just jump into a cavity and just tap in, change a fuse, change a plug, change a wiring loom, whatever works. It's all automotive wiring looms. So we're one of the only manufacturers that uses our own plumbers in-house, same people, day in and day out. Hi, Tulio. And we're the only people that use our own plumbers. It's how Serge Valentino, the old man, started manufacturing caravans, got into plumbing, got into caravan plumbing, started manufacturing caravans way back when. I won't bore you with that story, but plumbing's a big part of it. We are a family-owned and operated plumbing company, and we have the same plumbers, g'day Shane, working at the caravan manufacturer day in and day out. So it breeds consistency, it breeds similarity, it breeds quality, which is a big part of it. A lot of people use contractors, and that's just not what we're about. All right, let's get back to some more interesting things. Jump over here. We have a full height pantry, still in an Orion. So we have one, and then soft close, full height drawers, so nothing can fall out. We're not doing these dicky little like 300 runners. Oh, see that? How cool is that? And the sound's optional. You don't have to do it, but see, oh, like that. It doesn't really matter. It's completely up to you. It doesn't, oh, fine. I'll do it one more time. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. You guys are so funny. We have a massive fridge with glass shelves. So this is a Thetford fridge. It is a 274 litre massive fridge. It's compressor, so it runs off your battery system. It's not using gas, so really gas is a hot water service and a cooker. Like, pretty straightforward. It's not using gas, it's using 12 volt. It's a compressor fridge. It's always a compressor fridge. People very quickly, oh, compressor, like it's gonna use too much power. It's like, that's so true, Margot, from the 1930s. This just isn't that anymore. It's 2025. These use like 4 amps an hour. Maybe, if it needs to get cold. Once they're cold, they're cold. We're chilling. It's cool. It's like saying a 3-way fridge uses too much gas. If it's broken, yeah. If it's not, no, we're good. But these keep the ice cream cold. It keeps the drinks nice and cold. It keeps the beer cold. And I know, Bill, that's important to you. But really, you need help. We have a cooker right here. A recessed cooktop and a lift-up grill. 1, 2, 3 burners and a 240 cooker. We have a grill, and we have an oven. You can pronounce it however you like, but I call it oven. And then we have a drawer with a cutlery insert, and a little owner's handbook supplied by us. And if you buy the van, I'll even throw in some shackles. We have another full through drawer, and the cool thing with it is we make everything we possibly can into a drawer. Most people give you a flap, we give you a drawer. I like a flap, but a drawer's better. You know what I'm saying? And we have another little cupboard under here. PVC. Check this out. It's like art. Smell trap. Up, bend over, which means We're not getting that smell coming up through the grey water tank. It's going to keep all of that water, and we're not going to make sure that it's going to actually then, that smell's going to emanate through into the van. We have granite sinks, like so, and brushed nickel obviously is brushed nickel, but coming standard in the Excaliburs is a granite. That's our filter, so we have a filter tap, and we have all of our water lines. Everything's to the side. No one's running PVC straight down like that, or at least if they are, they got no idea. No flexible conduit, no flexible piping. All the gas lines are to the side. There's a guy at the factory with an actual hole saw that's actually the size of the pipe. Every other bloke in the industry has 150 mil and he's like, all right, I'm going to put every pipe through this and that way I'll save some time and just bog it with silicone. Probably not an idea there. Don't give us your resume if you're doing that stuff. Granite sink, drainer, love it. Gold tap, filter, great. We have our, another set of drawers under here. A Scrabble set. That does not come with the van. We spent time gluing the pieces down. Yes. And another drawer like so. Our microwave's at the top. That is a deluxe Swift unit. It is convection light cooking device, so it has popcorn settings, baked potato settings, beverage, frozen drink, all those bits and pieces. I won't bore you reading off the label, but it's got different settings. So it's not a convection microwave, but it cooks and has convection-like settings, which is fantastic. The team at Swift are absolutely awesome and full Australian manufacturing here. 1, 2, 3. Heaps of cupboard room. Got these awesome cavities to be able to track and run wiring if we need to. All of our power points are recessed up, keeping them out of the way, keeping the whole bench just looking clean and superb with a gorgeous Gitsugi bench top and splashback. Absolutely one of the faves. We have a Finch range hood with multiple fan speeds. We duct it out. We don't just cut a hole and it just breathes of its own accord. We actually duct the thing out. Again, it takes time. But most people, because it's in the wall, you don't see it. They don't care. They're just going to do what they want. We do what you want, which is this here, the quality and the finish of it. You need more storage? Of course you do. You're never happy with what we've got. We want a little bit more. So we've gone ahead and given you a little bit of access. 1, 2, 3, and 4. People often ask, they're like, what's this for? It's a dead giveaway for me that they've never had a van before, because they know we've got error guards, salt and peppers. If you're one of those crazy people that puts tomato sauce in the cupboard, you're crazy. All those bits and pieces can go in here. Hats, sunscreens, whatever. Like, you know, there's so much use. The thing's deep. Like, we've, you know, you talk. It's a good nearly 150 mil. The thing's grouse. It's an awesome storage. The amount of people that buy the Excaliburs and the rest of the Crusader range because of this, they love that feature, and it is outstanding how good it is and how. See, I love the hinges. So even if like you're a bit lazy on the shut, the thing decides it's going to shut itself. And then once these lock in, they're not going anywhere. The only time these things come out is when people just don't lock them and expect them to stay shut. We have another little access port just there. Have a look at that. So again, you want to keep the food stuff, the spices on the other side, or stuff you want to grab readily on the other side. It just very, very slim, very unnoticeable. It works. Wireless lighting remote, right? So that comes off normally. We don't normally put the top screw in, but you can take it off and then you can walk around the van with it and use it as you want. We've got a little pocket up here for keys, but phones for today. You can pop your little storage device up here. You know, it's a good little depth. You can pop keys in there, hats, whatever. You know, jam a cap in there. Victron system, right? Suss this thing out. Full touchscreen. Want to know where your power's going? Right now, we're putting in 185 amps from our solar because the battery's already pretty much 100%. It's sitting at the 13.5. DC system's pulling 170 watts. The inverter's off. AC loads are none because we're off, and that will be the main grid power supply. So you can actually go into these and you can see like full in-depth, like where everything's coming, going. You've got full sort of itemization of view, and you can start seeing like where it's been, what the history is of it, how many solar panels are working, what's the average amps, what's the average volts, what, you know, total yield. And, you know, chuck that into a bit of an AI thing and start asking like, hey, over the last 6 months, how would you say if I told you the panels are... It's just unprecedented the level of understanding you can have with your electrical system, and has really allowed everyone to just go to that next level of understanding and education. Would employ it for sure. The ensuite, where all the magic happens, or something happens, but whatever you're into, we have a really awesome fit out in the ensuite. So it's very rare that someone walks into an ensuite and goes, wow, there's a lot of storage. Caravans typically don't give you any form of storage at all in the ensuite. So we've got 2 towel rails. We got a quad lock roller door on the roller shutter door. It's a full fixed ply door. We have our toilet, which is the Dometic CTS 4110, and that is a ceramic toilet. About a 19-litre cassette, toilet roll holder there. We've got a little pocket that's housing the hot water service underneath that, but it just like toilet papers or spare linens or whatever, it's all there. We have 1 drawer, 2 drawer, and a cupboard with our washing machine. It's a front load washing machine. It's about a 4 kilo unit from the team at Kamek. Very awesome, very cool, very new. So there's a brand new Kamek unit in there. In terms of our shaving cabinet, the word shaving cabinet used to just never be a thing within the caravan industry, but we've taken it and just elevated it once more. You've got mirrors, so whether you're 6'2", you know, our roofs are 80 inches, so that's why it looks so big in here. A lot of people meet me and they're like, bloody hell, you're short. I'm like, yep, 100%. I'm telling you in every video, man. Short as nothing. Bad genetics. Sorry, mum and dad. But it just means that you can have a shave. And like whether you're standing here and your chin's out, you still actually have a shave. It makes it really easy. The biggest complaint is people, oh, I can't, you know, I have to, you know, I'm ducking and weaving to actually use it, and it's just not, you know, it just doesn't work. So we've got our gold tapware, our round basin, fluted basin. Love that. We still get 1 drawer, 2 drawer, and look how far they come out. It's a huge depth drawer. And we also have a cupboard in there as well. Again, there's a little bit more going on because we got washer outlets, we got drains, we got U-bends, we got outlets. Still bloody clean. You could still chuck something in there and actually store it and not be worried you're going to hit bits and pieces. If you could see what the camera girl's doing to get this shot at the moment, you'd be bloody well blown away. Good on you, Paris. We've got our shower door. Don't it look pretty? We have a 1-piece fiberglass shower cubicle. So we have our door and a little finger exit hole up here to keep a little bit of breathability in there. But we have a 1-piece unit. And it just means that there's far less chance of ingress out of the shower. It's hard enough to keep water out of the caravan, let alone putting water into the caravan that's then going to go into the van. So this just keeps it nice and tidy. The shower rose goes right to the roof. Right, so we cable tie it up again for travel because, you know, we're often about filming and bits and pieces. But, you know, that goes right up to the roof. And if you pull that out a little bit, like whether you're, you know, it's 80 inches inside. So if you're 6'2", 6'4", you know, you're going to comfortably shower in here. A lot of the other guys are, you know, crouching under. Like, you're on holidays, you don't be doing that sort of stuff. It's just ridiculous. So we got a little soap holder, we got our flick mixer, and of course we have our drain there at the bottom. 1 seal. It's super easy. The chance of issue, the chance of like even just cleaning the thing, it's so much easier in that way than any other option. The Excalibur Orion is brand new. It is just been released. There's a pamphlet on it, but it hasn't even made its way to the brochure. That's how new the Excalibur Orion is. But I've got to tell you, there's 50 of them sitting in the order system at the Crusader Caravan manufacturing plant. People are loving these vans because, as you can tell, the things I mentioned at the start of the video that it's not got, you don't miss. But the van being a 20'2" Caravan, it's just got everything you need. There's nothing more you would want. And if you do, we're happy to accommodate. Happy to add, happy to change, happy to modify. We listen, you listen, we'll come to a compromise somewhere and it's going to be a beautiful van. Orders are running out. We're building over 50 caravans a week at the Crusader Caravans Australian-made manufacturing plant, especially with the brand new inception of the Dreamhaven Caravans into the Crusader Caravans range. Check that out. Maybe it works for you. If you're after something this level of caravan, this one's for you. Pick up the phone. We're here in Victoria. We're only a little drive. 03 9359 2938. You can head to the website to check out this exact van. The video hasn't even dropped yet. We're just about to drop it. And that means that this van's still for sale as of right now. But head to the website to see if it's still around. www.crusadercaravansmelbourne.com.au. Alternatively, guys, like and subscribe to see more as to why Crusader Caravans should be on the checklist and the only caravan on the checklist for 2025 and 2026. Manufacturer of the Year, family owned and operated, Get yourself into a Crusader Caravans dealer and check out why. Everyone's got one. There's more on the bloody road than Jaco, everyone keeps telling me. Find out why that is. Get down. 1457 Sydney Road, Campbellfield. Ask for Michael and the team and we'll get you sorted into a brand new van. Ciao.
Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to check out more from Crusader Caravans Melbourne. We have plenty of tutorial videos, product highlights, and walkthrough videos for your next new Crusader Caravan. Thanks so much. Hit subscribe, push the notification bell so you stay up to date with all of our latest content. Thanks so much and happy caravanning.